Exeter and Teddy Atlas welcoming you to Vegas, where they do it bigger and better than any other city when it comes to the big-time fights. We're at the Thomas & Mack Center for tonight's main event. 12 rounds in the heavyweight division. Each man comes into this fight supremely confident, expecting to deliver a W. Eddie Chambers is coming to the ring with his entourage of cornermen, but they look calm, cool, and collected. Hard to believe that they're going to be firing off punches within moments. David Hayes making his way to the ring now, and you can see how focused he is on the task at hand.
Remember, guys, obey my commands at all times. Let's have a good, clean fight. Touch 'em up.
And we are underway for this scheduled 12-rounder. Well, we've been waiting all week to call this one. Teddy, what kind of fight are you expecting?
Well, the kind of guys that they get insulted if you miss them, Joe.
Good, solid 1-2 by Eddie Chambers. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Eddie Chambers. How critical is it, Teddy? How important is it that when you have a straight right hand, like the fighter we're seeing here tonight, that you know how to set the table with that jab?
Yeah, Joe, that jab is a table setter. It's a fork that allows you to eat. Otherwise, you get food all over your hands.
He just missed that shot up top. Takes one, but gives one. Good work by David Hay. Halfway through this round. Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault.
All right, let's do it. Protect yourself.
A clean, crisp right hand by David Hay. David Hay able to dismiss that shot, able to put up a guard and block it. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. 10 seconds to go in this round.
Get that head moving.
You're fighting his fight. You're fighting on the inside with this guy. I want you to use the ring and keep it.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. He had his eyes set on the uppercut, but was unable to land it. Eddie Chambers has got to deal with that cut. Good job by David Hay, just staying sound defensively, able to block that punch. A huge right hand from Eddie Chambers. Very nice work with the double jab up top.
Side to side, move your head.
Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Chambers.
Watch the hook. Come on, kid. Nice.
And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head.
Come on, kid.
David Hayes getting back to basics. A good, solid jab. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by David Hayes.
You're taking too many punches.
Oh, he is absolutely affected by that right hand. Never saw it coming. Worst kind of right hand you can catch. He should tie up here. Final 10 seconds of round number 2. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by David Hayes.
Come on, kid.
Nice block that time. It was intended to the head.
Come on, kid.
You see him holding on. A headshot blocked.
That's it. That's it. Get out of the way from those punches. Move your head.
Coming to the halfway point of this third round. Nice work, the left hand to the head. So he decides to go downstairs early on, and I think he'll be happy with that decision later on.
Well, it tells you that he's a well-prepared fighter. His corner came in here with a good game plan. They understood what they had in front of him. A guy that's going to move a little bit. Start going downstairs, taking the air out of the tires, and later on, he'll be in front of you.
What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by David Hayes. Eddie Chambers is really in position to control things in this fight if he can do what he did just there, and that's land a good, solid jab.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
1-2, 1-2.
Fast Eddie Chambers, a fast and effective right hand. Scored well with that straight left.
Watch the hook.
And this round comes to an end.
Keep your distance. Stay away from him. Keep throwing that jab. All night long. This is your fight. You are in control, all right? No effort, okay? This is your fight.
You need to cover up, okay? You're leaving yourself open too much. Cover up. Okay, listen. I need you to throw 3.
Start of round number 4. David Hayes sizzling up those punches thrown stats, but nothing else is working for him. He has not earned a single round on your scorecard.
Well, I don't like the kind of punches he's throwing. He should go to the butcher shop. Cut some fat off those punches.
Keep pushing.
Eddie Chambers is picking up right where he left off. Remember how he finished that last round?
Yeah, he really finished strong, really fast. And you know what? This is a thinking man's fight. I know a lot of people are going to say Teddy's just an aggressive fighter. No, he understands, and his corner understands that his opponent only had 60 seconds to recover, and they're jumping on him, figuring that the opponent hasn't recovered.
Nice strike after catching one by Eddie Chambers. Seconds to go in round number 4. Now he's sending more than one at him now. The combo to the head. Both fighters told us that they want to have a similar approach early on here. They want to show a lot of varied attacks.
Well, that gives them a better opportunity to be effective throughout the night.
Good job!
Oh, hands up, hands up!
There you go.
10 seconds to go in the fourth. Good double jab by Eddie Chambers. And round 4 comes to an end. David Hayes showing off a real boxing IQ in that last round. Just fighting smart. I mean, not just reckless aggression, but smart, accurate punching.
And talking about IQs, it's being led by that left jab, an educated left jab. A jab that talks a little bit, talks a couple languages. I mean, he's hooking off it, he's uppercutting off it, he's doubling up on it. Good job.
Teddy, what would you recommend based on what we're seeing here tonight?
Well, 2 aspirin and then go, oh no, actually I would say a little counterpunching would be just what the doctor ordered.
That's a better prescription for him.
Keep moving. Keep moving. You got this one.
That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Eddie Chambers. Halfway into round number 5 here. David Hayes left, working well that time. Eddie Chambers is showing that walking stick right now, utilizing the jab.
Come on, kid.
Well timed by Eddie Chambers. He took a step back, landed the counterpunch.
Exactly what he wanted to do.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
Watch the hook!
Big left hand from Eddie Chambers.
Watch the hook!
Final 10 seconds of this 5th round.
Come on, kid.
And that's the end of round 5. Eddie Chambers is looking really good after that round. Teddy, I think it's a good fight. I think it's a close fight, but I believe it's a fight that he's winning.
Yeah, it's the kind of fight, though, that you can't afford to let up at all, or do what you just said. Think that you're winning. He can't really think that way. He's got to think that he's got to take one round at a time. The rest of the rounds, he's got to win each one of them.
Takes one, gives one. The right hand scores well.
Yeah, that's it!
David Hay doesn't get a ton of credit as a defensive fighter, but that was some good defense with that block. Takes one, but gives one. Good work by Chambers. Halfway through round 6.
Yeah!
Comes across with a hook up top. Went to the body there, but unable to connect.
Yeah, good work!
They trade shots. He comes back with a right hand. And now he's targeting upstairs.
Jump on it! Nice!
Final 10 seconds of the 6th round. Double jab by Eddie Chambers.
Keep your hands up, all right? You have jab.
And that round is underway, and we are halfway through the scheduled slate. And now he brings the left hand upstairs.
Just like that, just like that.
Keep moving, keep moving.
Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Eddie Chambers. Eddie Chambers has given us a good showcase of defense here tonight, especially up top. His head movement is just sublime.
And his opponents cooperate.
Seemingly in control, and now maybe out of control after getting hit there.
But what you just said, Joe, that is really what's the enemy of his right now is nothing was coming at him. He was winning too easily. And for a minute, he let up. And bang.
You're doing great. Side to side. Defense, more defense.
Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by David Hay. 10 seconds to go in the seventh. Seven entertaining rounds so far. Eddie Chambers is up on your scorecard, but there's still a lot of work to be done.
Yeah, well, he moves his head. Defensively, there's a lot of work to be done because he moves his head, Joe, but he does it with his hands down. And every once in a while, he gets caught clean.
Keep your head moving.
See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head.
Good save.
Eddie Chambers is doing exactly what he told us he would do. Now, he was stunned earlier in this fight, but he's sticking to that game plan.
You know, I like that. You know, I want to see how a guy behaves under pressure. He hasn't panicked, you know. He still believes in his identity, believes in his talents, his abilities, and he's going to stay that way unless the guy convinces him later on.
Come on, get focused.
That worked out really well, throwing off the right hand after getting tagged like that. Took a shot, now he gives a left.
Keep working the jab. Good, good.
Able to block that away, it was targeted for his head. Last 10 seconds of the 8th round. I don't know, Teddy. It just feels like one of those nights, one of those fights where somebody's getting hurt, where this is not going to the judges' scorecards.
I feel like I'm in Coney Island watching one of those hot dog eating contests where somebody's going to try to eat 50 of them, 60 of them. In other words, he's not worried how he's going to feel at the end of the night.
That was a miss. David Hayes scored upon by a left hand. Teddy, I think he's going to go down. I think he's going to go down after getting tagged right there.
He doesn't know where to go. I mean, he's like a guy that's caught in a hailstorm. He's trying to get to the other side of the street, but he just doesn't know where it is now.
Doing great.
he ties up there.
Let's see some more head movement.
He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Eddie Chambers. How about a return to sender with the left hand? What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by David Hay.
Left and right. Left and right.
Final chance, last 10 seconds of round 9. Blocks away that headshot. And this round comes to an end. And you can just see that he doesn't have much to him. Not much energy there. I mean, how does a trainer fix that?
Well, first of all, you said a key word there. You said you can just see. Well, his opponent can see it. So he's not going to slow down. His opponent now is going to come out even faster. So if you're the trainer, the first thing you say is, hey, take a deep breath, get yourself together. Don't let this guy know you're tired. You're not tired.
Attaboy!
He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. Able to cover up that gut. He returns the favor with a right hand of his own. Frustrating his opponent with great defense. And we've reached the halfway point of round 10. David Hay's punch is far off the target. Blocks that punch.
Get out of the way from those punches. Move your head.
Nice. Nice.
Come on. Give both of them.
Good block by David Hay.
Guard your head.
Eddie Chambers is on the receiving end of a very good counterpunch. He has a slight lead on your scorecard, Teddy, but nothing is guaranteed at this point. There's still a lot of work to be done as we start round number 11.
Yeah, Joe, he's got to keep that offense up. You know, a lot of times you get to the end part of a fight like this, and you're a little bit ahead. At least we have him ahead. And you start to let up on the offense a little bit. You know, you concentrate more on the defense, and the guy gets back into the fight. Keep that offense going. Pay attention to the defense, but keep the offense going.
Come on. Give both. One shot.
He missed by a mile. That wasn't even close by David Hay.
Back to the body.
Drop it, drop it.
90 seconds to go in this 11th round.
Let's see some more head movement.
Parries that punch intended for the head. Off target with that hook. And now he's acting like a fighter. Coming back with the right hand after getting scored upon. Here's a moment here as you see the step-back counterpunch where you realize this is the sweet science, not just some raw savagery swinging out there.
Look at the little subtleties here, Joe. What he does is he forces them into a position to stop the punch. And then when he stops, steps back, makes a miss, and comes right back.
Blocks it away. Last 10 seconds of this 11th round. And round 11 comes to an end. David Hayes' commitment to just pure offense is lacking right now. I mean, the guy has to let the hands go.
Well, he was hurt earlier. You know, there was a little short punch on the inside a round before, and nobody really noticed it. But guess what? He did. And I think that's why you're seeing him be a little bit unsure of himself and not throwing the punches that otherwise you'd say, hey, come on, how come you're not? That is why.
A good block. If there was a baseball umpire around, he'd call that a strikeout by David Hay.
It's all right, just keep moving.
Nice strike after catching one by David Hay. Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Eddie Chambers. The combination punching now scoring well by Eddie Chambers. Good defense just covering up down low. Last minute of this last round. And he engages in the clinch. Good job just staying sound defensively, blocking that punch. Well struck, solid combination by Eddie Chambers. Eddie Chambers is hit by a counter punch there. And they will bring it home in the last 10 seconds of this final round. Completely one-sided fight. At least that's the way we saw it.
Yeah, I mean, if you saw it any other way, you'd have to put a warning out the next time these judges judge a fight, kind of like on a pack of cigarettes. You know, this could be hazardous to your health. I mean, these guys could be hazardous to your career if they scored any other way.
Here's the official decision. That's a well-earned victory by Eddie Chambers. And it's nice to see when not only all three judges have it for him, but your scorecard agrees.
Yeah, it is. That doesn't mean I'm going to hang out with these guys or go to dinner with them afterwards, but right now I'm going to say, job well done, guys.
It was a good one indeed. And for Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time at the fights.
What?